there is order in your life and also in our universe. We just understand that in different ways and at different times. And there's nothing happening accidentally in your life or accidentally in our world, even though it may look that way. Because it kind of feels that way. It's so chaotic sometimes. But that's because we're attempting to become more of ourselves. You're attempting to own yourself. And sometimes moving through those difficult times is what causes you to do that. And you may not have believed in yourself for a long time, so the universe is kind of pushing you to say, well, maybe now is the time you're meant to do that. And why would I say that? Well, what I discovered is something quite different that Wilhelm has given all of us. When I started receiving this information in 1989, I had zero clue as to what it was going to turn into. We never know what our lives are going to bring us, just like you don't know. But then sometimes we get pushed to discover that, and many times it happens when we're under a lot of pressure or we're a little bit afraid. And then you discover something extraordinary. And that's what happened for me. I couldn't explain to you why Wilhelm's work was healing me and had healed me to be at 75 now. But it's all about consciousness. And how do you change your consciousness to understand who you are? You do it every day. And you use cognitive behavior training or neuroscience or whatever you might have done, even if you have been doing therapy or something else or studying personal development or self-actualization. It's all the same thing. It's about what can get you to understand yourself and accept who you are and achieve your highest potential. I wrote it all. Didn't know I was doing it because it came out in a quantum way, and you'll see that on the messages that I've posted recently, and I had to go and check even more because it was kind of surprising to me because no one had ever done this. No one had ever received information in this manner that was completely aligned with what was happening in our world. And you'll see documents that will explain that. But I have to now change. When I'm saying that, when you don't change and decide to take that next step in your life, then of what you're meant to do, your life can become really uncomfortable. And if you're feeling uncomfortable, it might be because you haven't taken that next step, because you still might be a little bit afraid of who you are, who you could become, or what others might think of you, or whatever it might have been. Or you could be suffering from past trauma or thinking you failed or something like. It's never that. And as you see on the messages that I've posted in the last several months on Any Advice for Today, it's a cycle. And every day you're learning something and getting better. That's what we all do. And I had to live it. That's the only way I could bring through the information. But now I'm going to complete it. And the discovery was quite shocking to me because I didn't know why it was happening. We can discover things as we evolve in different ways that no one has seen. And that's when we have to give it to others so that we can all evolve, so that we have a much better world and we live better lives. And that's what this work does. I wanted to give you this today because I am not going to West Virginia because of the travel and all of that, but I will be streaming. I will be sending them something that they will play at the conference so everyone will know. But what I'm going to do also for you is to give you an example of that because it'll show the organization of this work, how it healed me, how it could do the same for anyone. And that's why I'm going to complete it and change everything I've been doing in my life because I have to completely shift. But there's still a few openings at a incredibly discounted rate if you want to do that. Otherwise, when those are gone, it'll be back to the other rate. So you'll look at it. But I wanted you to have this because it was quite surprising and shocking to me, but I'm glad now that I understand it. And so now you will understand more about yourself. See you soon.